What is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video, we've got 8 aspects that I came up with that I think would be really exciting to add to the game. These are gods that already do not have aspects. Again, I'm of the opinion that I think aspects are cool. If you have an idea for more than one and a god gets like a second aspect, I don't think that really should matter. You should just add aspects to gods that you think are exciting. But I'm going to try to give aspects to gods that don't have some already. So I've got 8 aspects at the ready. Let's go over them. Let me know what you guys think about them. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Let's go. The first one is going to be Anubis. And I want to make Anubis a little bit more of a support or solo laner with this aspect. So the idea behind it is his 2 no longer only stuns. He stuns, and then depending on where he's putting his mouse on the ground or wherever his thing on the ground is pointed, he can actually push the god away, or you can pull the god closer to him or to the sides, anywhere in that 360 degrees. Push them because they're chasing you, pull them because they're, trying to run away. I think that would be really cool for him. And to kind of balance it a little bit, I think you'd have to reduce the damage on either the 1, the 3, or the 4. I don't know exactly how I do it. Maybe no additional scaling on the 1, and then the ultimate scaling is cut in half. Because I've got something with the ultimate also, where the ultimate also shreds 0.5 protections per tick. So 24 times would be 12. Plus 0.5 prots for every 100 prots. And if you want to cap it at, 100 prots from items specifically. But if you want to cap it at like 100, maybe 200, whatever it is, you can kind of limit it from that. But I think that would be really cool to make him a little bit more of a controller and a prot shredder and less of just like a standstill nuke as a mage. I think that'd be cool. Next one is Aphrodite, and this is a pretty simple one. Her kiss no longer allows her to connect to an ally. Instead, she always gets the benefit of movement speed and the jealousy. Jealous because she doesn't have a soulmate. So she's jealous. She's jealous. She's also getting that movement speed permanently. She's kind of reliant on that since she doesn't have any other dashes. And on top of that, Kiss now does double damage to enemies, so 240 plus 50%. I think this would be a pretty interesting idea, especially with, how much damage she can really do with Lovebirds, Undying Love, Lovebirds. Like, that's a lot of damage, just double proc Lovebirds with how much scaling she gets from her 2 and her 1. I think that'd be an interesting way to play her. I don't know if it'd be any better, but it would be interesting. I went through a little bit of a cold streak, so all the way from Afro down to Nuwa. I couldn't think of one for a lot of characters. But the next one is Nuwa. And I want to make her a little bit more of an auto attack hyper carry. I think it's really cool that her 1, 2, 3, 4 give her benefit. I'm going to shift it a little bit. I think her aspect should make it so for 1, she stays invisible while inside of the mysterious fog, even if she's auto attacking. Granted, if she is auto attacking, you know where it's coming from. But I think it'd be cool to kind of like play around with the fog and mess around with that. If she does use an ability like her 2 or her 3, she will be shown. It's just if she's auto attacking. The other actually, I'm going to save the exciting part. The ultimate no longer brings you to the sky. It just gives you the extended autos. So you have your 1 making it so you're not to be seen. Your ultimate gives you those extended autos. It obviously probably doesn't need to be 120 seconds. It could be like a 90-second cooldown. But you just get the benefit of the extended autos. And then you can use your 3 to also make them explode. But the part to make her a hyper carry, I thought it would be really cool if she no longer spawns 3 clay soldiers. She spawns 1. And you'll probably have to add a little bit of cooldown to this, but she spawns 1 bigger clay soldier. The clay soldier is like, say, 50% of her health. When she casts clay soldiers, the soldier lasts for about 5 seconds. And if she dies in those 5 seconds, she teleports to the clay soldier with like 1/3 health or something like that. So that's kind of like where the hyper carriness comes from. You have to kind of kill her and her clay soldier, giving her like a health bar into half. But if you just kill the clay soldier quickly and then you focus her down, it shouldn't be that bad. But I think it'd be a really cool idea to make it so if you try to ignore a clay soldier in like a 1v1, she has that ability to kind of respawn or TP to that and get a little bit of health back. I think that'd be really cool. Odin, I think this one's a little bit more of a tame one, but I still think it'd be pretty fun. I think you give his 1 a little bit more scaling or damage, so just make it so it does a little bit more damage. His 2 no longer gives him a shield. It just gives him another proc or another use of the next ability he uses, whether it's his 1 or his 3. So if he uses his 2 and then 1s, he can 1 then jump right back out. So he can like jump in, jump out. Or he can jump in, use his 2, and then use his 3 2 times. The other catch part of this is his 3 only has 1 pulse now, and it automatically gives a stun, and it automatically gives an attack speed buff. So he'd be a really good dueler. He'd be a really good duelist, and he would also be really safe with double procs of his 1. So he could like He could proc his 2, jump away again. It'd be hard to chase him. I think this would just be a fun way to play Odin jungle, make it so he's a little bit more of an auto attacker, but I think that'd be cool. Next up, Pele. I got a little bit in my bag with this one, and as you guys know, I'm a bit of a Singed fan, so I took a little bit from that. I think it'd be really awesome if Pele's 3 left a trail of magma behind her. No longer gives her the movement speed. It just does damage on her, and it also leaves that trail that also does damage. On top of that, her ultimate no longer gives her that dash, but it does get her movement speed, and it gives her those big AoE volcanic autos. So she has like that high 1v1 burst potential if you do try to commit to her. But she's also going to be, you know, sustaining a lot with the Everlasting Flame. She'll still have really good clear, really good CC, and can kind of mess around, mess you about. I think this would be really cool, but I'm also a freak like that. Next up, Susano. I wanted more of a solo or support idea for Susano. So Susano's 1 no longer has any additional scaling. You lose out on the 55, 55, 25. In return, though, Susano's dash now stuns all enemies that it hits. So if you dash in and you hit 3 people, that's a 3-man stun. The second part is his 3. He can no longer teleport unless he's actually hitting an enemy god, just to make him a little bit less safe. He's going to be, you know, diving, trying to get that CC off and all that good stuff. So limit his safety just a little bit. And then the last part is the ultimate, the Typhoon. Instead of growing over 2 seconds and then you can send it out, it grows over 5 seconds. So if you want to just put it in this big area and just have this big controlling Typhoon that's sucking everyone in, every enemy in, and doing a little bit of tick damage, you can do that, or you can send it right away for that CC, that knockup. But I think that would be really cool for Susano. Next up, Ymir. Ymir no longer applies Frostbite to enemies when he hits them with an ability. So whether he walls them, 2s them, 3s them, ults them, that doesn't apply Frostbite. Frostbite gets applied in an aura around him. And I think I would have it a little bit longer than the auto attack range. So if you're able to auto him, you will be doing less damage, and you also have a little bit less attack speed. In return, he doesn't get these frostbitten autos anymore. However, his 1, when he places it, will now send his 2nd and 3rd ability when he also uses them towards himself. So how I was thinking is, I'm going to jump into practice because I think this one's a little bit convoluted, but I think it sounds fun. When you place your wall, your 2 now sends the Glacial Strike to the wall, and also your wall sends one to you. And it doesn't matter where you are. So let's say you place it here, and then you run to the side, and you 2 here. It just sends it right towards you. And it's the same with the freeze. It just freezes towards you. So now you can kind of like, wall and exit, wait for your freeze to come up, freeze, and then you can kind of approach and do like a lot of damage that way. And it would make him a bit more of like an ability-based, maybe an assassin or like a soul laner, or maybe even a mid laner, because considering you can, you know, clear wave by doing this. I think that'd be a really fun way to play Ymir. Lastly, the god of thunder, Zeus. My ideas for Zeus, making him into a solo or a support. My idea for Zeus is I would cut the 1 scaling in half, and then remove the damage multiplied here for detonate charge. The charges will now make the enemy take a % more damage from all enemy, or from all your teammates or yourself. So if you have 1 stack, it'd be 5%, 2 stacks, 10%, 3 stacks, 15% more damage onto that enemy. On top of that, your 2 would give attack speed and movement speed to your allies. So you'd not have a ton of CC, but you'd be bolstering your team a ton. Movement speed, attack speed, making them do extra damage. You'd have a little bit of PL and CC, you know, with your 3. And you'd have a really easy way to proc your ultimate, or proc your charges with your Lightning Storm. But I think that'd be a fun way to kind of play, almost, not like Bard Apollo, because Bard Apollo is kind of playing off like that Bard idea. But I think this would just be a really cool, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Enhancer. What's the word? It's a enchanter. There it is. It'd be a really cool way to be an enchanter without, you know, being just like shielding and healing. It's just all you're buffing your teammates, and I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, those are 8 ideas that I have for aspects for Smite. Let me know down below. Do you guys like any of these ideas? Do you guys want Hyros to add any of these into the game? I'm curious to know what you guys think. And also, if you guys have any ideas for aspects for characters that already don't have any, drop them down below. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts as always. And again, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.